and welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be, I have no idea how many days, or exactly what, following up on my knee injury. We'll call it that, following up on my knee injury. So I imagine it'll just be like a couple days. We'll see. Hello. So, long story here. I'm going to try to sum it up pretty quick. Got my MRI on July 1st, so last week. Then I was told, oh, your follow-up will be July 15th. I was like, damn, 2 weeks is a long time to wait, but whatever. Went about my time, whatever. Been walking on my knee like I've been told to. I'm in more and more pain every time I'm walking on it. And to me, I know that pain is expected, and I haven't been taking very many pain medications just because I don't want to have to take pain meds. I want to know when it's unbearable when I'm not taking medication, because if it's unbearable when I am taking medication, how much is the medication affecting it? So I haven't been doing that, aside from like when I absolutely have to. But it's just been getting worse and worse to the point where I feel like my knee popping, I feel the nerve pain, I feel my kneecap moving around, and then it feels like there's so much pressure pushing it down. And so that's what prompted me to, after many days of feeling that, send a message in the portal to my doctor and was like, look, I'm in this much pain. Like, what should I be doing? Should I be continuing to walk like I've been instructed? Like, this is concerning. And they were like, no. So I requested for a doctor's note to try to work remotely and like work with my accommodations team. And so they said they'd send it by yesterday. Well, they didn't send it yesterday, they sent it today. So I was already at work. And then I sent that off to accommodations. We're going to figure that out. But I called afterwards because on the paperwork it said, oh, we'll follow up once she's gotten the MRI and we have her follow-up appointment scheduled. And I'm like, I already had the MRI. You already knew this because I've already spoken to your office about this several times. And my follow-up, as stated in my original note to y'all, was July 15th, and I'm in a lot of pain. So can we like fix that? Can we do something sooner? So I'm going tomorrow to go get my MRI results, and then we'll figure out what our plan of action is from there. Good morning. It is now Friday morning, July 10th. It is 7:40 in the morning, and I am just chilling at my desk, clocked in for work. I'm going to show you in a second how I have myself propped up so that my leg isn't just like dangling on the floor bent. It is still propped, but I'm excited and nervous for my appointment today. So this is how I have it set up. We've got the main thing that's underneath my desk, this little wood thing, and then we've got this lap desk that I have put out. That normally, like, when I first got injured, I was using this and sitting on the couch for the day that I was working from home. But now I can sit here. I've got this little pillow and prop my leg up there, and I've got a blanket in case I get a little chilly because I've got a fan, because it does get warm in here. But that's my setup. I've already had my breakfast this morning, and I have coffee. Very excited for my coffee. And we're just gonna chill until my doctor's appointment. I'm gonna take my lunch a little late so I can go to my appointment, and yeah. Okay, hello. It is time. I'm headed to my doctor's appointment, and I'm so scared. My heart won't stop pounding. Like, it is racing, and there's also a fly in this car, and it's driving me nuts. But yeah, my heart is fucking racing. I am terrified, and I don't know why I'm scared. Either way, whatever we decide is going to help me get better. But the thought of a surgery scares me, but also the thought of getting denied a surgery again and possibly going through all of this again in a few years is just also terrifying. So, catch you afterwards. Hello. It is the next day. I thought I would give some update to my appointment yesterday and what's going on, because I was kind of a wreck afterwards. So he didn't really go over the findings of the MRI necessarily, because I think he probably expected majority of what he saw, And the surgery that I would be needing wouldn't even be necessarily in line with what the MRI would find. He was looking just for anything further in case he needed to send me to a different person. So basically he's going to refer me out to see a surgeon because we're going to go with the surgery. But let me backtrack a second and tell you what Google told me based off of what was on the MRI sheet that I have right over here. I'm not going to say the big fancy words because I don't know the big fancy words. But upon Googling what everything on there was, I tore the ligament that is on the inside of your knee that holds your kneecap in place. That's been torn. I have a fracture to the thigh bone where it connects into your knee. It is fractured, bruised, and even dented. My knee shows wear and tear. I don't have cartilage on the outside of the knee. The inside is where it said that there was still cartilage intact, but the outsides are where my bones are grinding. There's no cartilage at all. Our next step is for me to go get a consultation with the surgeon. But the way the surgery was already described to me prior to this is that they're going to break the bone that holds or where my kneecap is at. They're going to break that and quite literally move my kneecap down into the correct spot so that it stops dislocating because it's outside of the normal spot. And then they're going to put screws on the outsides to like hold it in place. But of course, my doctor doesn't actually do that surgery. So he's referring me to his colleague who does do that surgery. So I'm waiting on his office to contact me so that we can schedule the consultation and he'll go over probably more detailed based off of the MRI results, how exactly he's going to approach it, because he also has to go in and fix at least the ligament that's torn and figure out how to fix that while fixing the other issues. Yesterday was a little bit emotional just because I was finally having the realization that this problem might end, because if we continue on the same track that I'm at now, there's going to be too much wear on my knee from how many times it has dislocated. Even minor dislocations moving out of place is wearing down the knee, wearing down everything else, and could lead to further damage in my knee, which we don't want. If we don't act now, I will eventually need a full-on knee replacement. And that's not what I want to have at the age of 30 or 35 or 40. I'm still so young at those ages to be in so much pain and so much damage. So we're going to do this, and it's hopefully going to fix that issue so that we stop further damage. So I was a little bit emotional because finally this 13-year long issue is going to come to an end, and I couldn't be happier. So I will see you in the next video.